Hey, Cam here. I'm out in the forest on my gravel bike doing a bit of riding, doing a bit of thinking. Nikki's out here running, so I thought I'd stop and do one of my videos. So up to day 23, so I feel like over the hump. So just 7 to go. So today I just wanted to talk about the way sentiment has been changing around the pandemic. So I've noticed, particularly in New Zealand, people are starting to get a little bit, a lot less scared. They're starting to interact more, act more, maybe not as much waiting and seeing what will happen. So for me, this is when I'm really going to try and get everything running again, and maybe have some new initiatives for the business, because what happens after any terrible event, and as much as it's terrible, you don't want to take advantage of the nature of the event. After every event like this, like the Great Depression, the share crash in the 80s, the GFC, after all of those things, there's always a big resurgence, and you normally get faster growth. Businesses pop up from ever and become extremely successful. I think Airbnb is an example of a business that came out of the GFC that is now one of the most successful businesses in the world, even though they're struggling at the moment like everyone. So I think you've got two options really, where you can continue to wait and see what happens, or you can take charge, take action. And now we're over the hump, and maybe on a little bit of the downhill section compared to what the last couple of months have been like. I think it's time to get working, seize those opportunities, and really just get stuck in. So no real actionable things from me today, just that if you're feeling your sentiment about the situation start to change, maybe this might be the time to grab that motivation and then kick on and move forward. So if you've got ideas about your business, if you haven't even started a business yet, maybe you've been in a job for 10 years and this situation has made you think that maybe you don't want to work for someone else anymore, and you want to start your own thing, then again, this is the perfect time to do it. And with a business like triathlon coaching, there's not a lot of expenses to get going. You might have some spare time now, so it's a really good time to start. And if you've got an existing business and you've had ideas that you've wanted to implement before but have never had the time, then there's probably never a better time to do it, even though that everyone's been struggling. Like I was saying, at the tail end of any great problem or disaster in the world, there's always positives and there's always growth. So if you're in a situation, take advantage of that, then I really think you should. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.